We have beautiful sunshine out there today. It is absolutely beautiful. So embracing the day, that's exactly what we're doing. So we're embracing the day, bringing in some good vibrations, bringing in some love all around. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the energies that are coming in right now and what's it looking like, what's happening. So welcome everybody, and welcome to those to the replay. Who am I? If you are just joining me for the first time, my name is Mary June Tracy, the Guru Mama. Good morning. And I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and a budding astrologer. Oh, I say budding because I've done astrology. I've been doing astrology for a very long time, but now I'm actually learning the terminology and how it's really affecting us on a day-to-day basis. So that's why I say budding, because I'm just budding. I haven't blossomed fully yet. Blossomed in other areas, but we're not going to go there today. So welcome everybody. I'm so happy everybody's joining me today and being here with me. So what's going on with the energies of today? Holy crap. So we are heading into, as you can see, look at my hair, you can see, we are heading into some energy that is of the full moon. So we got this full moon energy that's going to be coming in, and it is good. Like the energies that's coming in, it's good. But, okay, I know. Mama's going to say the word but, and everybody's like, ah! It's like when I say that word, a lot of people are just like, oh no, I don't want to know that. So right now we have the moon. The moon is still in fiery Leo. So it still has some fire to us. It still has that oomph, which is really good. I mean, because we've had a lot of Pisces energy, and the Pisces, you know, it's almost where the energy, this is how I'm feeling, okay? Because Pisces is the, you know, when you look at the zodiac, so we have the circle, right? And I'm going to do my little circle here. So we have a circle. See my little circle, right? And the circle is it's divided into 12 sections. So we divide the circle into 12 little sections. It's probably not 12. But over here we start with Aries. And Pisces is the last when we look into astrology. All right? Pisces is the last. So it's called the 12th house. So this 12th house it's really beautiful and loving and very, it is that watery elusiveness, and it's ruled by Neptune, which is in the house right now. And we're going to be going into Aries. Aries is the beginning. It's the new. It's the starting, right? Yeah, bear with me with this. So as we are in this Pisces energy, we feel like it's been kind of a crazy ride for some of us during February. And we haven't had a full moon, so it's been kind of like, there's been a little bit of heaviness, but we're still riding this little wave, right? We're still going through it. And as we're going through this little wave and this energy, it's kind of like we haven't had that spark. We haven't had where, we're going to get doing this, we're going to get going, right? And all of this energy that's coming in right now is like, boom, we're going to get going. All right, so we have this moon, and this moon is trining, so make a little trine to Uranus. Gotta love that planet's name, in Aries. So it's like, ooh, we got fire on fire, fire on fire. So we got this fire energy today, and with this, anything crazy can happen today, because we still got the Pisces energy, and the Pisces is like, because I've been looking at the energies for the week and how things are going through the week. And it's like almost where we're going to be heading out of being roofied. Because it's like we've been in this daydream kind of energy, and it's only Tuesday. We've been in this daydream type of energy. And when the full moon hits on Thursday and Friday, depending where you are in the world, when the full moon, it's like a wake up. Virgo comes in and says, hello, it's time to wake up. Let's get going, my little pretties. And today, it's sort of like giving us a little bit of a boost. Getting us to get there, getting us to be aware, right? So you're doing what you want to do and becoming the person you want. And that's what this energy is. It's getting you saying, yeah, this is really what I want to do. That's where I want to do. That's what I want to do. It's like actually you standing up into your power and saying, you know what? I'm going to be my boss. I'm going to be the boss of me. And I'm going to say, no, that's not really what I want to do. And as you're doing this, it's like all of these little wake up calls, right? So this is what is going to make you feel spiritually fulfilled. Because a lot of this energy is coming in and it's saying, okay, yes, if that's what you're going to be doing, is it going to be spiritually fulfilling for you? Is it going to give you that feeling that you want or not? So today's kind of like a little, and the word questionnaire comes in. So the questionnaire is coming in. And it's like you're going through and it's like you got choices, you got options, right? But what is going to take you to that spiritual fulfillment? What's going to take you to that edge? Because when you are coming in with this spiritual fulfillment, when you are feeling that alignment with your divine, whomever you call your divine, your source, your God, your goddess, your angels, when you are coming in with that divineness, then you're coming in with the clarity. Because you're able to put up the boundaries. You're able to see things in a way that is more in your more feeling good, in a feeling good kind of way. So knowing the deepest part of you makes you happy, knowing the deepest parts. And that's what, a lot of this Pisces energy was taking us down into the depths. And we're taking us down into the depths. And soon we're going to be, and as we're taking down into the depths, the thing is that, when you're first learning to swim and you kind of go underwater, you get like, oh, can I really do this? You kind of get panicky, because we got that Mercury and Mars are squaring each other. And it's like, when somebody squares off with somebody, it's like, But the thing is that Mercury doesn't have as much power as what it usually does. Because it's in Pisces, and it doesn't really like to be in Pisces. We call it the fall position. So it doesn't really like to be there, but it's squaring that of Mars. Mars is a completer. Let's complete. Let's get things done. He's the god of war. I want to get this done. I want to complete this. We're going to do this. And Mercury is squaring him and saying, you know what? Are you sure you want to do that? Really? So we might be feeling a little bit of self-doubt today. Questioning what it is that we want to do, feeling that self-doubt, and it's really looking into what is it that I really believe for me. And with this, it's going to give you what you want. So because we have the Venus and squaring off with Jupiter, and Venus is very happy where she is. She's very, here I am. I'm in Neptune. I'm in Pisces. I'm doing my thing. I got Neptune, my buddy, here. I'm just sort of like enjoying the swim, being on the beach. And she's trying to Mr. Jupiter, and Jupiter's saying, hey, I'll give you whatever you want. That's what I am. I'm in Scorpio. Scorpio loves to give you things. Scorpio loves to open doorways for you. So we have this energy that anything is possible for us today. And it really is. It's really putting this forward for ourselves so that we can push it forward. And with the moon that's coming full, the full moon in Virgo coming in, it's going to be bringing in the energy of let's get going and let's put it together. So we have this sort of push, this catapult right now of energy that's coming in. And it's helping us to get into that direction. This full moon that we're going to be having on the, for Thursday and Friday is really an illumination and bringing in that illumination. And we also have, with that coming in, is like also setting up our boundaries. What are our boundaries? What is it that you want to, I don't want to be doing this. So it's also looking at things in your life that you might have been doing that now you don't want to do. So it's taking that time. So here comes that checklist again, right? So here comes the questionnaire. The questionnaire is saying, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you've been doing that you don't like to do? And let's shake it off. Let's get moving. Because it is where, you might feel like a little bit of a, you're not sure exactly what it is, But that's where that spiritual part, that is when that divineness comes in. Let's sit and let's listen. And a lot of times people, you know, and I've had a few people coming in, well, I've been asking. And I'm like, yeah, but are you shutting up? Are you shutting up? Are you just asking? Like, what direction should I go in? Which direction should I go in? It's like a little kid, like my grandson coming in and saying and repeating things over and over again, right? And speak of the little guy. Want to say hi? You know, hi. So and asking things over and over again. What's that? He has his ball. So you're gonna go kick your ball with your mom? Yeah. Okay. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say love you. Love you. Kisses. Give kiss. All right. There we go. Okay. Off you go. So it's like, you know, when a 2-year-old wants something, they're going to ask and ask and ask and ask and push and push and push and push until they get it. That's very similar when we keep asking, where should I go? What should I do? Have you taken that time out? Have you filled out your questionnaire? Or you're not sure about your questionnaire? So this is really an important time right now, because as we're heading into March is really bringing us some really cool openings that are going to be happening this month. So if you haven't gotten your March astrology done and your monthly reading done, order it. Fabulous time to get it because you got 2 full moons, right? So we have a full moon in Virgo and we end up with a full moon in Libra. We have 2 planets going retrograde. Jupiter, the big dude, what does that mean to you and your chart, right? Because we all have our own blueprint. So what I do is I take your birthday and I look at, you know, things like your energy of your sun, and I'm going to be bringing in the energy of your moon. And what does that really mean for your month of March? So if you haven't ordered it, go on to maryjunetracy.com and order it. And I will send you a video and an audio. So this is really a time of reshaping. And this is really going to be a month of reshaping. And that's what March is going to be bringing in. A lot of reshaping of how we do things and what we want to do. This is like we've come through January, February, now we're into March. We're on the 3rd month. And this is like, I mean, we're full steam ahead. We're really rolling through this year because there's so much for us to do. There's so much for us to be on track with and get us on track with. So this full moon, because we haven't had one since January. So we haven't had one. So this full moon is almost going to be, I'm going to call it orgasmic. It's going to be a full moon that says, oh, finally I get to release it all, right? And bringing that energy of releasement. And that is so important for us because sometimes you can be that bottled up, right? You could be so bottled up and then it, somebody asked me if I speak another language. Parlez-vous français? No. Parlez-vous anglais only. So bringing in that beautifulness. And today it's sort of like bringing us up into that energy to get us to start really working on some releasement, getting us to open up into what it is that we need to release. Now, I'm going to be hosting I'm going to call it an event, but hosting just an open house for people to come in, relax, let's get together, let's talk about this full moon energy and do some releasing. We're going to play some music, we're going to dance, it's going to be like very non-structured type of energy, right? And doing the non-structure. So this is really, it's getting ourselves open to releasing, getting ourselves into the direction of where it is that we'd like to go. And I find that's so important. And you're going to find also that you may not be, you're going to be ending a lot of things that you thought that you wanted to do. So, but in your heart, it's like, I didn't want to go with that group. I didn't want to be with those people. Not that it's like, it's almost where it's not that it's, a horrible breakup, but there's things that you're going to find where there's different frictions that are going to be coming forward this week that, no, it's okay. I don't want to be a part of that. It's like, I don't want to be over there if I'm not really respected and loved, right? And if you feel like you're not being respected and loved, why stay? Why try and be in the playground where it doesn't feel right when there's a playground across the street that, wow, I like that playground better because the swings are better for me and the slide is better for me, and people around there, they enjoy my company. So that's really, that's going to be part of the energy coming in too. So it's like looking at what playground do you want to play in? Where do you want to be? And it's that tuning in, it's that listening, tuning in, listening. And I know you hear it over and over again, and I know it feels very frustrating, and that you're really, not sure. And it's funny because when people ask me certain questions and then I have them write it out, it's like, well, your answer is right there. And they look at me, what do you mean? I said, look at what you just wrote. You wrote me everything of what you don't like about what you're doing, and everything about what you do love about where you're going. And you're asking me which direction to go in. But you have the answer. I will confirm it for you, and that's what you need, is that confirmation. And that's what I love about doing coaching sessions. And because not only does the intuition and the astrology come in, but it allows you to be open with it. And that is the huge change. So here it is. My readings are going more into a consultation and into a coaching sessions. So it's not so much about you coming in and asking me what about love. It's about working with the energy. So my readings, which are going to be changing on my website and everything, are going to be becoming more of a coaching session and not so much being called psychic. Because I want to be able to coach you. I want to be able to give you the power in order for you to stand firm on the direction you want to go in. So it is the wording that is very important. It's that linguistics. And in changing the linguistics is allowing for things to be a little bit more open. So that's a huge change that's going to be happening in March for myself. Where else is it going? Mainly, it's all going to be online. And I say mainly, there's just maybe one or two that I have of clients that I do see, and that's only because of mobility for them and things. So for me, everything's going to be basically online. Readings are going to be online. So if you want a reading, it's going to be done via Zoom, and it's going to be recorded. So we're going to be doing that. We are going to be starting probably in April, May. That I'm pushing for April. I'm going to say May. That Journey Club is going to be completely online and self-directed. So if you're wanting Journey Club, you can be able to access it online. And it's going to be totally self-directed. So those are the changes that are going to be being made. And for me, it's just like, wow, I love it. And I know for others, it may not be exactly what they like because they like mama time. And if you want mama time, it's, we can figure something out. And this is going to actually help me to open up so I'm able to do and facilitate. And this is the next thing that I really want to do, facilitate events and group, like one-day events. And that's where I know my energy is being pushed. My energy is being pushed that I would like to do a one-day event, whether it's in a community hall, somewhere small, just a one-day event, and work with a group of people and teach. So I'm not just teaching one-on-one, I'm teaching a group, and that's where my energy is going. It's more going into a group event. So I go up to Edmonton, I do a one-day event in a hall. Here I am. Whoever comes in, we do it, then I go. I can come into little towns, which I love to do, so coming into little towns, and I come in, I do a one-day event. Good morning, Candace. So those are the things, and those are, like for me, that's a stretch. For me, that's, because you hear, and it's like I'm going to hear where other people are like, oh, but, I'd rather have a one-on-one time. That's going to be mainly online. And even doing some of the one-on-one coachings are going to be limited to so many people I'm going to be working with, because I'm pushing more to be working with more people all at once. So this is where for me, sitting, listening, and I'm listening, does it scare me? Oh, hugely. Do I know how the hell I'm going to do it? No. It's trusting trusting that information that's coming in, and then following the alignment. That there will be practices that I'll have to do. There will be disciplines that I'm going to have to do, but it's opening up new ways, new floodgates for me to work with. And I'm excited about it, and doing bigger events. So not so much doing little markets, but doing bigger expos and going into bigger expos. So this is really a time of awakening, not only for myself, but I think for other people. Like I saw my nephew on here, and I think it's really beautiful. And I see him moving, and he's moving to BC. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for him. For has been in Alberta all his life, because his daughters are in Nanaimo. So these things that maybe, you wouldn't have thought that you'd ever do, those are the things that are happening. Maybe you didn't think that, I'd be moving and doing this, but all of a sudden you are. And that's really a lot of the energy that's coming in right now, and you're going to be feeling it. And it's the wake up. It's waking you up, because we've been for a lot of us, not paying attention, and we're wondering why. And we're wondering why things aren't going the way that they are. And, we also have some bad boys coming together. And the bad boys I call are Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. And these three planets are coming together in Capricorn. And that's going to be happening later on this week. And with this coming in, and these three bad boys coming together, because Mars is one that says, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it. Jupiter says, but I want to have it done a certain way. And Pluto comes in and says, you know what? I'm going to take you down. We're going to take you down, and we're going to look at it a little bit more deeper. So when we have these three guys coming together, it's really going to have people look at things in a huge order. And we're also going to see, and I'm going to say that there's going to be something happening either Friday or Monday, something to do with the financial situations that are happening with the stock market. We might see something a little bit on Friday. So I know there's financial disruptions that are coming in, and financial disruptions that we're going to see as a whole. So this is why I know with a lot of readings, I've had a lot of things to do with finances for people, and saying, where are you putting your money? What's going on with your money? Let's start investing in new ways, in new innovative ways. So there's so much that's coming on. That's why I also say get your monthly reading, because right now they're only $25 for me to do them, and you can still order 6 for $88. So right now we still have that. Will that be increasing? Probably by I'm gonna give you till May. Probably by the end of April, it'll be increased. So it's giving you this opening in order to get your monthly readings done. So what is happening with the Course in Miracles? Let's do a segue there. I can go on with the planets. It just fascinates me. So this is a book that I've been working from, and we're on this date. Okay. So this one is for the review. God goes with me wherever I go. Oh, Candace, I was going to ask you. I'm so happy. I was thinking about you with the energies that are coming in, because I kept getting friction. Anyways, I love Candace. I love you all. I love you all equally. But I get it, Candace. Yes. I'm so, but it wasn't just me. There was a group of us helping you. So it was really beautiful to see how other people interacted. And that's when even on Facebook, I know people come in and come out, but even asking questions on Facebook, I mean, it's amazing because we're in a group, how other people can integrate and help you, because we're going back into here where the divine goes with me wherever I go, right? So if the divine is, we're all divine. So when we are helping one another, we're helping each other to reach and to grasp in and to go into that beautiful divineness. And it's so beautiful. It's very scrumptious. And the divine is my strength. Vision is his gift. Remember that one. So, the divine is my strength, and vision is his gift. And it's the vision here. Not the vision here. It's the vision here, and coming from the solar plexus. The divine is my source. I cannot see apart from him. The divine is the light in which I see, and the divine is the mind with which I think. So when we look at the energies that are coming in, when you're asking the question, which way do I go? Which way? What do I do? What do I do? Maybe I should do this way. And then you get hung up. Okay, so we're going into where God is my mind. We get hung up. Oh, well, I can't do that. That's going to take me too long. It's a lot of work. It's going to cost me some money. I can't do that. But there is an easy road, and I guess I'll do that one because it's a little bit easier, and it's not going to cost me as much money. Even though you might feel that the other road, even though that you see or you think there's obstacles, because you've put them there. That's the road you should be going. But you think that, and I'm saying you think, just you, not you and the divine, you only think that one way. Because that sounds like the best route for yourself. Right? This is why I love coaching sessions, because it really gets you into that, okay, how am I, what is this loop that I'm doing? Is there a loop in here that I'm repeating? So when we look at the emphasis of the 5 ideas, is obviously on the divine. Every thought begins with that word, God or divine or goddess. So God is always with me. He is my strength, my source, my light, and the mind with which I think. He is not far from each of us, for in him we live and move and exist. So that's from Acts 17, 27, verse 27 to 28. When I recognize that environment in which I exist, the very energy that forms my life is God. Peace comes to mind. How could I ever be separated from the infinite? The Son of God cannot separate himself from what is in him and what he is in. So it's like if you look at that, because as Jesus walked the earth, he says, I am the Son of God. Can he be anything other than that? It's just like you are the daughter and the son of God. Can you be anything other than that? The only time you can be anything other than that is when you're not in it, when you're not a part of it. That's my beautiful daughter, just an FYI. Yes. Gotta love Aquariuses. And then we got a lovely little Libra coming in too. Yes. The two of them together. That could be trouble. So, oh yes, and here comes the Scorpio Sag.
Yeah, the man.
The man. That's the man. I don't know if you can see him on Periscope. Probably not. There he is. Yes. How could you not see Steve? And here it goes. I cannot see in the darkness. God is the only light. And seeming vision apart from God cannot be real. Vision is his gift. So God will determine what can be seen. And the divine is the light by which we see it. So think of the hermit. The hermit has a light. So if you go into the tarot, and the hermit and the light, so the light, and he holds the light, you can only see so much, and you got to trust that you can only see that amount. A lot of times we want to see 500 feet, 2 miles ahead of us, right? But that's not always the way. God is you. You are God. Yeah, my husband is a Scorpio. Tamara, yes, I'm a Scorpio. He's a Scorpio. Wouldn't you like to be a Scorpio too? So when when somebody asks, does God exist? When you look around, when you look around and see your own self and see that infinite part of you and how divine you are. That's why we're doing this. And you may not see it, is because your thoughts, your mind is only going to the negative, only going to that which a part is a belief that you only see that is negative. And throughout this lesson, the emphasis, my unity with God. They're putting away groceries, of course. So if I am one with the divine in all creations, how can I see others than he does? To think I see differently, therefore is to deny of that which is the divine. So this one is really, we're going to go back to this, is that the divine, the universe, the ultimate source is your strength, is your light, and is your mind in which you think. Right? And when we have that self-doubt, which we may feel, thank you for that, which we may feel this week, that self-doubting. Thank you for the little flowers and everything and the hearts on Facebook. Thank you. When we feel that self-doubting, right? We got to ask us, why are we feeling that doubt? What is that? Because what is that doubt doing for you? Okay, so there's another question for you. What is that doubting doing for you? What is that fear doing for you? And sit there and think about it. Because there's a reason why you're doubting. There's a reason why you're feeling that fear. And what is it doing for you? Because it's doing something. It has to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. So you got to look at, what is it doing for you? That's your question for today. What is that doubt? What is that fear doing for you? And look at it and answer those questions, because it could, I'm not going to answer it. I have, but I want you to look into it, and I want you to start saying, okay, all right, this is what it's doing for me. This is why I keep doing this, because whether or not it's good or bad, however you want to look at it, it has something that it's been giving you. And that's why you stay in that loop, and that's why you get the self-doubt, and that's why you don't, when you question, you can't figure out what it is. And the thing is that when that happens, I'm going to send you lots of love there, because if you're losing them all over to drugs, and it's like the reason, some of the reasons of why they're going into drugs. What is the reason for them doing the drugs? It's to lose themselves. What are they losing themselves of? Losing themselves from around what's happening around. What is it that you can do in order to make a difference in that neighborhood and in that life and in that world that you are in? Is it something that you can do in a voluntary place? Is there something to do that you can better yourself with education so that you can eventually come back? But it's only you that can walk through that door and nobody else, and you can't take the whole neighborhood with you. So just remember that. You got to walk through the door. And sometimes you might, as you walk through that door and maybe change your zip code, you might be leaving a few people behind, and they might give you some trash talk and say, why are you doing it? What are you doing? What makes you better than me? And it's a hard one, because you're going somewhere different and you're trying to better yourself. And it's hard. It's hard. And especially if you're coming from a certain, different ethnic backgrounds and stuff like that, if you're in certain neighborhoods, I get it. Because if you're moving up and you're moving over to a different one, or even just a block over, that could give you maybe a different outlook on the way the world is. Maybe you feel like right now, because the thing is that if you want to make the change, convenience does not live on the road of the change. Okay, because convenience, I can stay there because it's convenient. So what makes you want to stay there? There's a reason why you want to stay there, right? There's a reason. The change is a disruption. There's a lot of minorities. Yeah, there's a lot of minorities, but the thing is that if that's what you're going to focus on, if you're going to focus on the thing is that if you're going to, here I'm going off topic, I'm on my soapbox. If you're going to focus that on Trump, because he's, the thing is that in actuality, if you look at it, you know, even if I look at my prime minister or whatever, I live in Canada, if I look at it, he doesn't really influence my day-to-day on what I'm going to do. You know, some things that he does do, you know, yes, the gas prices went up to $1.17 a liter here today, which is like really fucked up. But it's like when it comes to my own thoughts on what I want to do for me, he can't control that. You can allow it to control you by when you turn on the TV and say, oh yeah, that's controlling what it is that I want. Like he, you know, it's that self-doubt, I can't do this. So it's to develop your own willpower. It's to develop what it is that you need for you, even though you believe that you are a minority. In fact, in the United States, the whites are, there's more multicultural people in the United States than ever before. And it's to embrace your multiculturalness in it. Right? And it comes down to, what are you going to do today for you? You know, what are you going to do? Can you get on Periscope and start saying your words and how you can be that positive influence to others? Maybe you need to be a positive influence more to young women or young men that are coming up. And how can you do it? Because it starts with the younger generation. It starts with the little ones and making that change, and as you go up. And that's why, you know, I'm going back to today's lesson. The divine goes with you wherever you go. So the divine is with you. Know that you're in that one. Know that he's your strength and he's your vision. Know that he's your source and he's a part of you. You can't be a part of something that we know that you are. And he's your light and he's your mind. So he's your divine. So go forth. Spread the love. Be that sunshine today. All right? And embrace it. So there you go. I've gone over my time again today, but thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for being a part. And if you are wanting a reading or a coaching session, please go on to maryjunetracy.com and let's get together and we'll start some coaching sessions. And sending you out so much love. Today's Archangel Michael Day. I have to think of what day it is. So today's Archangel Michael Day. So bring him in. He is the big guy. He looks like the Rock. He is the one with the muscles. He's the dude. Bring him in. He's the one who'll watch over and put his wings around you and guide you throughout your day and all that you do and all that you say and all that you be. God bless everybody. Have a fabulous day. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you guys on Facebook. Love you all.